Greetings and pranam. I'm very happy to hear all your comments and all your messages regarding the other day, which we did the MAHAMRITHYUNJAY meditation using the MAHAMRITHYUNJAY mantra, which was aimed to remove all the negativity from our lives. Now, when we say remove all the negativities from our life, it doesn't mean that it's going to just eradicate once in one go. I have noticed in my life as I have traveled on this path, periodically these episodes come where things surface from within. And if you are very constant in this practice of awareness, you can simply keep diluting it without accumulating. But in case you have not been able to do it, then it will accumulate and seem like a huge thing. So that is when it can appear to be overwhelming. There are times when things surface up and it's too overwhelming. Sometimes from within, sometimes from our surroundings. Do not forget that it's not only about in, it's also about out. What is in is out. Karmic stuff definitely means our interaction with ourselves and our interaction with the world. That is our existence. So there are bound to be challenges and obstacles at all phases of life. If you learn to be neutral, if you learn to move more into awareness and learn to live more in awareness than in the mind and ego, the reactions, the likes and dislikes will keep on reducing. The affinities, the attachments, the entanglements, the moha, all these things will be properly neutralized. And when these things are neutralized only, you can move into a zone which is called witness. It's otherwise it's not possible to witness things. So witnessing is the only option in life, because we are passing through the dramas of life. We are walking through this planet temporarily in our human bodies, having a beautiful experience, or whatever you might call it as painful experience. It all depends on your perceptions of how you react to certain things. So I'm right now in the retreat here, and what we are discussing more here and going deep with our practices and experiences to know that I'm not the body. We are very stubborn to make that happen, because I strongly believe without that there is nothing called spirituality. Spirituality itself means identifying who you are and not identifying with who you are not. That is freedom. So we aim towards becoming free with this idea, with all time knowingness that I am in this body, in this temporary existence, and carrying around this vessel called body, beautiful experience with this body, using my indriyas. I am having an experience. I am having an experience. Who I? The presence. I am a presence. So when we say I am Atman, I am soul, it's very difficult to understand. What is the, I always ask, what is the quality of that Atman? Go into that, find out. You'll know that you are some simply mere presence, subtle presence. You are presence. Only when this presence, the light of this presence gets into your mind, intellect, koshas, etc., and indriyas further, they all become alive. Otherwise, this is jada. So you as light enter into these elements and illuminate them, and through them, through that illumination, you are having an experience. And here in retreats, we experience that. Teaching is another thing, going to that experience, because only when you experience can you understand who you are. And what better place than Arunachala? It's a beautiful place here. I mean, energies are pounding. We must know how to use that energy, receptivity. So 1-2 days we get just sink down to become more receptive, and then the practices. So we simmer down into the realities of life. we come into practical spirituality. We are not about here imagining things, visualizing things, conceptualizing things, because those are the dangers of spirituality. When you use your mind, visualization, conceptualization, beliefs, projections, these are all of the mind. You can get into hallucinations, you can get into fake projections, fake ideas, illusionary stuff. Even when you close your eyes, deep in seeing things and experiencing things and imagining things and going for all these jolly rides. That's good at till one point of time, but when you become very serious, you are fed up with those dramas, mental entertainments. So you're no more interested in stimulation. You simply want to get into the core of where that stimulation is coming from. So you experiment. We are all explorers here. Knowers are explorers. We don't settle down in beliefs. So when you explore life, what is revealed to you is the science of life. So what I try to share here is the science of life, how life itself works from all dimensions. Because if you go to the source, you will know all the other dimensions how it works. We study the dimensions, go to the source, and from the source you experiment as light, as illumination, how you enter into certain domains of your existence, and then you have varied experience. In spirituality, it's not normal, it's easy to get stuck up in experiences. We are not focusing on experiences. I give a damn about your experiences. So here when people say I saw this, I give it a damn. I always find who's the experiencer. Bhagavan Ramana's teachings these are. And so it's a no-nonsense teaching. You're not satisfied. You're not simply entertained with all these mental stimulations. You are practically moving into the soul consciousness. You are investigating from that level. You are using the mind to investigate, no doubt, mind and buddhi. But as you use the mind and buddhi, you enter into that zone which is a subjective awareness. From there, you see your mind and buddhi being used. It's very funny. So here, what we spend time is not in mundane practices and endless meditations and japas and rituals. We sit here, using the intellect, we dissect and we try to reason and understand certain things through experience, practical experience, because this is the Jnana Marga. And this is the Marga that has been directed and guided by Lord Shiva himself. Okay. So when I used to speak all these years, it was crazy. What are you talking about? And then fortunately, he put in my laps all those scriptures as though saying, son, use this. You will get grip. And when I saw it, I was myself astonished and overwhelmed in gratitude that all these years what I felt was not wrong. I'm on the right track. And that gave me so much of assurance, and I started sharing this with the world. And the world also, when they were listening to me, there were a lot of, challenges or a lot of questions and doubts. But when I referred with the scriptures and with the mystics, the hidden wisdom, the lost wisdom, we are reviving all the lost wisdoms. You can see, you'll never get those texts anywhere. It's not my doing. It's already there. He has already made the ground for it. That I was telling today morning to the crowd that the mystics are like this. Chidakasha Gita, for example, Nityananda, he didn't teach it to the crowd. He's not preaching Chidakasha Gita every day to the crowd. No. There are very few people who could understand what is Chidakasha Gita. Those who are above samsara only can understand Chidakasha Gita. Chidakasha Gita is for people beyond samsara. Those who are stuck in samsara, it is not for them. You will never find teachings like maintain your family, maintain your relationship, maintain your health, wealth, success, and go in. You'll never find in Nityananda's text. It is clearly for people who are done with all that stuff. and who want to now see beyond. So Chidakasha Gita look at Nityananda's long-sightedness. He gave it to Tulsi Amma, knowing that it will be recorded, and it was his intention. And then he asked to give it out as Chidakasha Gita. Why? Because at those times there were no people of Chidakasha Gita. So he was busy attending to the daily mundane life existence of people, trying to make their life better. Whatever they wanted in the world, he was giving. You see his all miracles. What are miracles? You're giving things to them what they want here, so that they can rise beyond it. You know. So there were. I asked the people. Then Chidakasha Gita not appealing those days. Then for whom it was? For you and me. He knew there are people in the coming days or years who will seek it, who will need it, and he left back those imprints. That is how all these sacred scriptures are left back. Same with him. Long sighted. He knew. And so these books are not for them. Those days nobody read it. Today, see how it has become. Osho's discourses, those days, 50 to 100 people in a room, he's talking. And that was recorded. And today that has become 1,000 times more popular. So farsightedness, kept it for the right time those seeds will generate. Those times he was criticized and he was not that, but today everybody embraces those teachings because it makes so much of practical sense what he's talking. So you can see all mystics leave it for future errors, these things, and it's preserved. But there are all kind of things that can be preserved. What will survive is only the final truths. So you can see we are simply sitting and experimenting and experiencing these truths. So what I would like to tell here after why we did the Mahamrityunjaya Japa, because we are not usually acquainted to japas. But yes, sometimes when there is a bombardment that's needed, you use the tools. These tools are given for that reason only, Shiva's tools. So that itself doesn't lead you to mukti. But the impact of purification and the clearance of negativity, the outcome is that. Mahamrityunjaya mantra, you chant, all the clouds that go away, what remains is consciousness. And you become aware that I am consciousness. So you are already consciousness. You're already enlightened. Only the clouds are preventing it. So we use tools to remove it. That's all. So we try to make things as easy and practical and as natural as your breath as possible. And I was telling yesterday everybody, here 2-3 people we just understood what is working for them. So we are focusing and telling that do that. It's not that I'm sitting here and giving a practice. You have to meditate, you have to do this, you have to do that. No doing this. I'm trying to identify what works for every individual who are in the shifting into awareness family or to that level. And I keep guiding them. Do that. Catch that. There are enough practices here and they can catch any of it. Or there are enough margas. Bhakti marga, karma yoga, Raj yoga, Jnana yoga, whichever, we are ready for everything. It can be enhanced in that way, but the foundation is awareness. So we try to instill that, prepare people on the awareness level, and then you do whatever you want. You freak out. And awareness is freedom. So I understand some of us might have these obstacles. I would say if something like that comes, fear, gripping fear, congestedness, chest tightness, and feeling of overwhelming suffocation and stuckness and helplessness and kind of depressive states, gloominess, and not interest in it, then sit down and do these simple practices. I've left back the video in YouTube. You can check out the link. I'll try to post it here. You use that. Maybe 15-20 minutes you do, and it will happen. And the most wonderful thing that happened was, funny thing, I was doing the session that day live, and I was telling people towards the end, we will do it for a couple of time more, and then we'll be silent and absorb it and we'll end it. But before I could end it, lights went off here. The Wi-Fi went off. I got disconnected. I'm trying for the 5 minutes And knowing that people are live, I struggled for 5 minutes. Then I gave up. I said, it's not working, forget it. Then for around 25 minutes, I went on with my work and trying to, and then the lights came and the modem got connected, Wi-Fi. And when the Wi-Fi came, I was just trying to check anything. I opened Zoom, I re-logged in into Zoom. The session was going 25 minutes. Everybody's in deep meditation. I said, what is this? Then I simply looked at everybody and I said, if you're still meditating, please come back from your meditation. And we had fun for 25 minutes here. They are all woken up here and we were having. And then after 25 minutes, I said, wait. People are still in meditation. And I said, please come back. And nobody knew what happened. What happened was they thought I have gone silent and they are supposed to meditate. They continued meditation for 25 minutes. Is which Arunachala. Very deep. And I saw everybody, see in the video, everybody is in deep meditation. That's the beauty of how it has to be. He decides what has to be done. So we were supposed to end it faster. The lights went and the session continued. So whatever is fine. So please understand, he is always there. Arunachala, Shiva Tattva is always there, illumined in our hearts. We just have to open up, be receptive, and just seek. And it will flood in because your permission is needed. Without your permission, nothing will. It's karma. I must say, I need help. And open up and seek. Seek wherever. Doors will open. You seek here, doors will open. All the mysteries will open. All secrets will open. You're most welcome. If you want, you can join anytime. So, this is a little message I wanted to give. Today's the second, third day, I forgot. And they have gone out. I've sent them. They are in Ramanashram, moving around in different places. So I just stayed back here and I'm making this video. At 3 o'clock they'll come back. They'll have food outside in Yogi Ram Surat Kumarji's ashram. And then we are going to have our sessions from 3 o'clock till late at night. So whenever I feel like sharing anything, I'll come back and share. Welcoming all the others who are coming for the second level. Most welcome. May you all be blessed. May we all evolve. May we all be blessed. May we all be free. Arunachala Shiva.